As of right now, Disney and the board, as well as Bob Iger, the CEO, they recently hit the panic button when it comes to Indiana Jones 5, the Dial of Destiny. Specifically, they are pulling out all of the showtimes, all of course, the showings in the theaters as rapidly and pretty much progressively as possible in a way where it's going to be similar to that of The Flash. And we're going to be talking about exactly why this is happening, exactly what their incentive is, and why it's so very weak, and what really is happening behind closed doors over at Disney between Iger, the board, and more. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And let's get right into exactly what's going on here with this quote-unquote panic plan, or this alarming plan for Disney and Lucasfilm, specifically for Indiana Jones 5. Now, as you all know, Insidious has been out, and basically what's going on now with Mission Impossible 7 coming to theaters, it has brought the Indy 5 box office return rates to almost a complete halt. And that's why the board and Bob Iger specifically approved this plan to literally take out the theaters, or take out the showtimes of Indiana Jones 5 out of the theaters as fast as possible, but progressively. Very similar to The Flash, like I said before. Now, the reason being, and what's really interesting, you guys can see this for yourselves, by the way. Go ahead and type up Indy 5 showtimes on Google and search through day by day, focus on your theaters, focus on the showtimes of said theaters, and you're going to watch them dwindle very, very fast within a matter of 2 to 3 days. Almost betting that most of you are going to experience the same exact thing. This is all pretty much a ripple effect based on what Disney decided to do to get this movie out of theaters as fast as possible. Why? Well, let's discuss. Now, right now, Disney and the board members, including Bob Iger, they actually recently initiated an immediate panic response for Indy 5, the Dial of Destiny, and of course because of their box office returns coming to a near pause. This mostly has to do with the recent debut of Mission Impossible 7 on its pre-night sales, and how it will be opening officially tomorrow. The specifics of this panic response by the Disney board is that they don't want to have Indy 5 show a sign of defeat against Mission Impossible, and by also keeping it in theaters, it's also going to be losing more money against Mission Impossible, where they want to focus on Blu-ray and DVD sales next to gain more revenue as quickly as possible, as well as Disney Plus to gain subscriptions. This was initiated just days ago and went into effect officially just yesterday, where they are now officially bringing it to pull in Indy 5, all Indy 5 showtimes out of theaters quite suddenly, and they have no intention of making that known to the public, as they don't want to fully admit their failure through an official statement with their film, and how it's now apparent that Bob Iger's previous statements on this movie, of course, hopefully making $600 million worldwide, is a complete fabrication and completely used as a way to upsell this film to drag people to the theater seats. Now, the thing I have to bring up about this, guys, that's absolutely, very much crucial to all of this, is that basically their incentive of why they are doing this, they figured they would make more money if they take the time that they have right now, get this movie out of here as fast as they can, get the movie on Blu-ray and or DVD in, let's say, about a month and a half, maybe 2 months max, put it on Disney Plus, and there you have it. Have this be a very big fall release. That's what they want to do, and that's what they want to do to gain subscriptions by the fall. And I don't think it's going to work, because they think a lot of people are waiting for this to arrive on Disney Plus, and it seems like they're so naive to the point where perhaps they think that people might check it out if it's there on Disney Plus and they're already subscribed, and then word of mouth will say it's a great movie, go ahead and subscribe to Disney Plus. That's what Disney figures right now, and that's what's going on behind the scenes. Now, what's interesting about this too is that when you look at Indy 5 showtimes on your, of course, destination, your location, that's exactly why, alright? This is exactly why this is happening. So a lot of you have been asking me, why is this happening? What's going on here? And I talked about this a couple videos back, and I told you guys we would talk more about it later today, so here we are. There's a lot of things happening with Bob Iger, and basically, they don't want this competition between themselves, Insidious, and Mission Impossible 7. It's a little, It's a little cowardly in a way, yes, but what are they gonna do? You know, this movie's not making money. It's just sitting there. A lot of you guys that actually saw the movie yesterday reported back to me also in the comments stating that your theaters were completely empty. And that's bad. I mean, can you believe this? This is like not even a month since this movie has, you know, released, and already this movie's being pulled out of theaters. This is literally like The Flash. Absolutely like The Flash, and they are literally announcing it without announcing it, that this movie lost hundreds of millions of dollars. It's true. Because you gotta take into account that whatever money they make, the theaters take some of that revenue too. They're not getting all that money, so just be aware about that too, guys. So on top of this, alright, the plan right now would upsell, of course, all of this film to drag people to the theater seats. That's Bob Iger's plan by saying, you know, it's gonna make 600 million worldwide, blah blah blah. Now, this is a similar timeline, however, to that of The Flash. The recent debut of Insidious also spiked Disney's interest in responding to this plan effectively and as soon as possible, to focus on Blu-ray sales quickly and a way for fans to subscribe to Disney Plus instead. Now, reportedly now, Disney only believes they will make around 400 million worldwide, realistically speaking, and even at that, might be reaching for their projections behind the scenes between the board and other executives at Disney and more. This is said to be something that Bob Iger recently just approved to get the ball rolling. Now again, that's what they apparently truly believe, is that they realistically are going to only make around 400 million worldwide. As of today, the last time at least I checked, about an hour ago, it was around, give or take, 240-ish million worldwide. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But that really just goes to show you that this movie is not performing well. And they can blame it on anything they want to blame it on, but at the end of the day, a lot of fans just really did not like the direction of this film, and word of mouth really got to it all. And at the same exact time, there's other factors too. I mean, there's a lot of other factors. We've talked about this. I don't have to repeat it again, but Indiana Jones 5 is also something that really a lot of fans weren't asking for. Nobody really wants this old of an Indiana Jones, you know, doing his thing. I feel like what they really should have done, if anything, would have really supported this if they brought back Short Round, and maybe he finds Indiana Jones and they go on one last little adventure, stuff like that, and maybe they meet up with Marion and they go on an adventure, stuff like that, like little, you know, callbacks to the originals. And I wasn't really a big fan of this whole goddaughter nonsense. I didn't like that. Some of you guys may have enjoyed that, I guess, but I sure did not. I know a lot of people will agree with me on that, but this is interesting where this is all heading. And listen, guys, I would love to hear you below in the comments what your experience is like on your theater showtimes for Indiana Jones 5. You know, what is it like? Is it getting pulled by you? Because everybody's experiencing about the same exact thing right now, simultaneously. So anyways, guys, you know, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.
Night to move.